Hello and welcome to our Grade 1 Homework Workshop. By way of introduction, my name is Nikki Missouri and I'm the Grade 1 Head for this year. On behalf of myself and my colleagues Karen Hockley and Tennille Johnson, we want to say thank you very much for making the time to watch this very important homework video. The purpose of this morning's meeting is just to give you an understanding of the homework, how it needs to be done, as well as some understanding of why it needs to be done. Gone are the days when homework was just sent for the sake of it. There's nothing superfluous in the homework. We've eliminated anything that is just occupying time. And so everything that is sent for a purpose. In other words, it all needs to be done every day except for Friday. And it needs to be done with a responsible adult who can guide and then watch over that process. And we often get parents who are very excited and they're very proud of their children because they can independently do their homework. But the homework is meant to be done under the guidance of an adult because part of the homework involves questioning your child to see if your child has actually understood what they've read or what they've written. And this obviously can't be done independently. So our encouragement to you is that as far as possible, you need to set aside a quiet area which is free from distractions and certainly free from any TV or any other devices. It's a good idea to let your child come home, have a snack, get changed, and then tackle the homework. The later you leave it in the afternoon or the evening, the less inclined your child is going to be to focus and the more negative an experience it will be. Can we encourage you to try and see homework as a positive time? It's a privilege to be a part of your child's learning. And also it allows you to get a feel of how your child is coping. Before you know it, this time will have passed and your child will be in senior primary. They'll no longer need your help. So treasure this time because it does go by so quickly. Saying that, we do realize that life is very busy, particularly when both parents are working. We understand the pressure that this puts you under. And so if this is the case for you, you may try to make a plan where you get another responsible adult to do homework with your child, and then you do just your child's reading with your child for 10 minutes every day. So if we turn our eyes to the screen, we formally start this homework workshop by saying that reading is so important because if you can read, you can learn anything about everything and everything about anything, which is why in grade 1 a great deal of our focus is on reading and teaching phonics and reading skills. Studies have indicated that one of the greatest predictors of your child's future academic success is how much they are read to by a parent or other adult. So parents, please read to your children, and if possible every day. The benefits are immense. You are modeling reading to your child. There are academic benefits, their general knowledge is developed, and as well as emotional benefits because children feel so safe and secure when they are read to. So phonics are the sounds that make up words. There are many different programs around, and at our school, our classwork and homework is based mostly, not entirely, but mostly in the Time to Read program, which is a phonics program based on the belief that most children can be taught to read and spell well. The aim is to develop confident readers and spellers who will read for learning as well as for enjoyment. In the Time to Read approach, reading and spelling or phonics are taught in tandem. The Time to Read program, through the teaching of sounds and phonics and how they make words, encourages the children to try and work out a word before they ask for help. So the aim is to try and eliminate just random guessing, which you can encounter in a reading scheme that is based solely on sight vocabulary, which is where the children would learn to read based only on memorizing words that they can visually recognize. So by teaching the building blocks of words, which is the sounds that they are made up of, it gives the children the opportunity to experience the feeling of success when reading. So that all sounds great, but how is it done? In the first term, we revised the 26 sounds of the alphabet, i.e. B, K, and not their names A, B, C. And once the children can automatically recognize the sounds, they are ready to blend. And to blend means to be able to put the sounds together to form a word. So quite soon in this first term, the children will be blending first 3-letter and then 4-letter words. We do this through actually physically manipulating the sounds and putting them together to make words using little darts. At the same time, we also practice writing the words. In the second term and carrying on until the end of the grade 1, And then continuing on to grade 2, we focus on digraphs, which are sounds that come together to form a new sound. So, for example, if you put together k and h, it equals the sound ch. Or if you put together the vowels e and e, it equals the long vowel sound e. So what we do is we teach a few sounds, and then every few weeks we revise the batch of sounds that we have learned to reinforce them. So now that you have a basic understanding of how we teach phonics and reading, let's look at the homework. On a Monday, the children will build words using the little denim bag, which you'll see. The denim bag is kept in the plastic envelope, which in turn is kept in the homework mad bag, your homework reading bag. That denim bag and that plastic envelope must live in the homework mad bag, and it must come to school every day, as we use them at school as well. So they're not only for homework, so it's imperative that they come to school every day. So in your homework workbook, it will give you specific words to call out to your child, and then your child must then build the word that he or she hears. It is important that you call out only the words that are listed in the homework book, because the words follow a specific order to teach word manipulation skills through specific word chains. So there's the denim bag and the little darts. So the homework may say build cat, and then it may say now change just one sound to make the word cot. Now change one sound to build pot. So this activity is getting the children to realize that the different sounds can be combined to make different words. On a Tuesday and Wednesday, the word building will be replaced with written coding and blending in the Code and Blend book. So the children will code words using a dot. A dot is a sound button, or a line, which is a sound bar. That sounds pretty complicated, but in essence what it means, you say a word and then you listen for single sounds or digraph. So it's training the children to hear the sounds that make up a word. So a dot stands for a single sound, like in the word cat, ka-at. Those would all be represented with a dot. And then a line stands for a digraph, where two or more sounds combine to make a new sound. So s and a h make a sh, or e and a e make a e. So the Code and Blend homework on a Tuesday and Wednesday is set out as follows. First of all, you have a heading, which is the heading is week 1. Then you'll fold the page in half, and the children will draw margin monkeys in the margin, which show the children where the writing sits. Then you call out the word, for example, cat. First, your child codes the word on the left-hand side next to the margin, and then he or she blends or writes the same word on the same line but next to the folded line. There is a letter formation reference showing how to form each letter stuck in the front of your Code and Blend book. So this is what Tuesday and Wednesday homework will look like. So you can see, first of all, there's the margin monkey. So you have a head, a body, and a tail, which goes into the margin. You have the heading, which is week 1 or week 2. You fold the page, you call out the word, they code it first, and then they write it next to the folded line. On a Thursday, the children will do sentence building using the cut-up treasure box words. Later on in the year, the children will actually write sentences, but for now they will build sentences using the words in the pouch. The purpose of this is to build their store of sight vocabulary, which is the recognition of words that can't be broken up. For example, words like the or they. They recognize these words just by what the words look like. Sentence building also develops an understanding of what a sentence is and how it begins with a capital letter and how it can end with a full stop or question mark or exclamation mark. We do informally assess the children's phonics. It's not a test, so there's never any pressure on the children. It simply allows us to determine if they are grasping the sounds, whether we can move on, or if we need to spend more time on that sound. In terms of reading, as I said in the beginning, reading needs to be done every day to increase the children's word recognition. This enables the children to start develop reading fluency. They then start to realize when they can use expression and they begin to read for enjoyment. When you are reading, it is important to ask questions. Sometimes your children can appear to read quite fluently, but when questioned, it becomes apparent they actually have not understood what they've read. So you need to ask different types of questions, not just what happened. But you could ask something like, why do you think he went there? Or why do you think she did that? What if he or she had done that? What do you think would have happened then? Before turning the page, ask, what do you think may happen next? And so you're encouraging your child to use what they've learned already to predict what may happen next. On a Monday, Tuesday and a Thursday, when the children bring their reading home, they will have already read their book in their reading group at school, so they should read it pretty easily and fluently. But on a Wednesday, we do class shared reading together. So the whole class reads the same book together, and then the group reading homework that is sent home will not have been done in the classroom, and so may not be as fluent as the homework that is sent on a Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. In order to develop and increase the children's sight vocabulary for reading, the children will practice a list of point and say words. The words are repeated because the more they see them, the more entrenched and easily recognized they become. These point and say lists are found in the treasure box flip file, which lives also in the homework mad bag and which also must come to school every day. These lists must be practiced every day. It sounds daunting, but it's just a few words or a handful of words which are repeated, so it really is not tedious. So this is what a point and say list looks like. So you point to the words and read them. Then you can ask your child to find all the words that say look, or find all the words that say here. In term 1, the children will only have point and say word lists, but in term 2, 3, and 4, we will add reading lists of words which are based on the diagraphs we've learned that week. And the purpose of this is to reinforce and then make automatic the recognition of the new sounds which have been learned that week. The sounds are reinforced by being written in the Code and Blend book on a Tuesday and Wednesday as discussed earlier. And then in the 4th term, the Code and Blend homework is replaced with a homework booklet, which gets the children ready for the way that the grade 2 homework system works. Now, maths is a little less complicated, it requires less explanation. It involves lots of counting, and it may seem silly, but it's so important that you use the counting chart and you point to the numbers as you count. Your children may be able to count to over 100, but he or she needs to be able to recognize the number symbols. This helps to develop a feeling for numbers, and in order to help develop this feeling for numbers, we will also practice counting backwards and forwards and 1s and 2s and eventually 5s and 10s. The children will also bring home a Bonds homework book and later on a Test Your Brain Power homework book, which encourages problem-solving skills. In closing, all the homework is stuck into the homework book. It's vitally important that this comes to school every day in the homework mad bag. On a Friday, we will stick in the new homework for the next week, and so the homework book will not be sent home on a Friday. There is no homework on a Friday. At the beginning of each term, letters explaining the homework are stuck in. Please do read these. Please initial the homework every day. If there's anything you want to ask or tell us, please write in the homework book or send us an email. Our email addresses are stuck into the beginning of the term little letter. The time taken to do homework should be no longer than about 30 minutes. If you are finding it takes much more than that, please chat to your teacher so that we can assist you. If there's anything that you are unsure of, please chat to one of us. Please don't continue possibly doing the wrong thing. We're a team, we're on this journey together, and we want to help. We thank you so much for making the time to listen to this the slideshow. We hope that you enjoy it. We hope that you enjoy this special time together with your children. Thank you.